Mug.
Mug. I couldn't put it better. Really. Mug versus A&W? What's your opinion?
Mug.
Mug? Good choice. Good choice. You ever heard of mug shots?
Mug.
Mug.
Indeed, I have.
Indeed. You know, so here's the thing. We've got an issue. Alright, These Barks barbarians. Disgusting humans. Disgusting people. They think Barks is better than Mug.
Ew.
It's just not.
Ugh.
It's just not better.
Objectively, it is worse.
Barks is objectively worse. Same with A&W.
Yeah.
I think it's outrageous that there are restaurants across America that are branded by A&W and not Mug.
Yeah.
I think that's completely outrageous, and it should definitely be changed. I think that they should implement Mug restaurants right now, as soon as possible, actually.
Funded by the government.
I agree. I think that the government should definitely... I mean, the mascot...
should invest.
Yeah, the government should invest. I think the mascot of the bulldog, probably the greatest mascot ever. Like, you see a bulldog walking down the street, you instantly think, I'm just craving Mug.
Yeah, it's just like, that's Mug.
It's like, you see the bulldog, it makes you, like, not able to do anything else until you drink Mug.
Yeah.
It's like a drug, really. Yeah, you become paralyzed with fear. And we're recording this right now. We're in a hotel. We're eating Oreos.
I love
eating Oreos. And unfortunately, no, right now we do not have access to Mug. But if we did, I can guarantee you, we'd be guzzling.
So what do we have to say about mug shots?
Mug shots, yeah. We were on the topic of mug shots. So, you ever consider how when a criminal is caught, they have their mug shot taken?
Yeah, all the time, yeah.
All the time, exactly. And so what do those mug shots represent? Justice, vengeance, everything Batman stands for.
Yep.
In this podcast, we're going to convince you that Mug is Batman. It stands for justice. AKA Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake created... Precisely. Justin Timberlake created Mug. Am I right? Am I right? What about Mug exactly stands out to you? What stands out?
It's delicious, flavorful taste.
Yeah, the taste is really, I think, what stands out. I think the color of Mug also. The color of Bulldog, the color of freedom, you could say. Yeah.
It spreads a message.
It does. It makes you think that, life could be larger than just studying for school or completing, like, filing taxes, going to work. It makes you think that there could be a bigger purpose to life. Mug. When you look into that bulldog's eyes, it's pure heaven. It's pure bliss. And I think that if you haven't had Mug, you should definitely have it.
Yeah, I would 100% agree. I think that Mug widely expands the thought. And I think that it completely drowns out any purpose of studying when really in reality Mug exists. It just gives you all the information you need instantly because of how delightful the taste, flavored, and message that the Mug brand signifies.
Exactly. And here's the thing, Oliver, is that when you drink Mug, you don't have to do things like drugs.
Yeah.
Drugs become obsolete under Mug. You ever heard of someone who drinks Barks? They do drugs.
Yeah.
They do drugs.
Barbaric.
Barks barbarians smoke weed, crack cocaine, methamphetamines, just like Gus from Breaking Bad.
Exactly. Drugs are unhealthy and very addictive.
Yeah.
And shorten your lifespan.
You know what is healthy Two, I mean, well, just like drugs, it's addictive, but it's good because it's healthy.
Yeah, I mean,
and it does lengthen your lifespan. Actually, it's mug. Surprise!
It is a much better alternative to any sort of drug. You know, you go to your doctor's office, they prescribe you with some sort of medicine, but no, throw that out the window because you have mug in your fridge.
You have mug. You know what the cure for epilepsy is?
It's mug.
It's mug. Yeah. And like, here's the thing, though. You know what's really unfortunate about a lot of places is that they don't sell mug there.
Exactly.
Like mug mostly is sold in America, which I mean, like, good for America, I guess, but it's really unfortunate for all these other countries. Like, you know, England doesn't sell mug.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah, it's really. I mean, they also don't sell Barks. Like, they don't have root beer in England. You know that? Like that. I mean, it's kind of a good thing that they don't have to drink Barks, but the fact that there's no mug there, it's. I'm sorry if I'm getting a little bit emotional.
And like homing in a little bit to a smaller scale, me and Davis were walking around the campus of a college, University of Oregon to be specific.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what was unfortunate? It was unfortunate that any kind of restaurant we came across, except for one, sold mug of root beer.
One restaurant out of so many restaurants.
And you know what was even more unfortunate? The mug that they sold, their cup was half ice.
Oh my god. That, you know what really grinds my gears.
You're buying mug, but you're getting scammed out of your money. Like,
God.
It's really
worthless
horrible.
ice. Worthless ice in place of blissful heavenly mug.
I agree.
It's a real shame, isn't it? And that goes for most drinks, in fact. Although mug, of course, is the greatest drink ever.
You know, you go to a restaurant, and you ask for a drink, and you're expecting to get this nice taste. Because, you know, that's what you ordered, but it comes to your table, you get 3 sips out of it, and it's gone.
It's just completely gone after you have 3. It's just because they fill the entire thing with ice. It's a real shame. You don't get as much mug.
Yeah, exactly.
Mug for your money.
It's horrendous. It's a horrendous act.
You know, we should replace the phrase "bang for your buck" with "mug for your money." Don't you agree?
I agree.
I think we should actually replace a lot of phrases.
Yeah, they should just replace the U.S. currency with cans of mug.
That's true. Speaking of cans of mug, here's gonna be an interesting question. All right. So, do you think mug is better in a cup or in a can?
I would say, personally, with my experience, I gotta say mug is definitely better within the can.
I agree.
You know, it comes straight from the source. There's no cross-contamination.
Exactly. No cross-contamination with something like ice. Yeah. Something like you don't want your mug watered down.
Think about it. You take your mug straight out of the fridge and you open up the can, the crispy sound of opening that can, and you enjoy the taste.
It's nice. It's a nice sound. It is. And I think mug in its rawest, most natural form is in the can.
I agree.
I think that just has to be said. That has to be put out there.
Recently, I ordered a pizza off of Domino's. No shame to Domino's.
Yeah, no shame to Domino's.
But, you know, I looked at their menu. I was trying to order a drink with my large pizza, and unfortunately, their only root beer option was Barks. I had to settle for the lowest of the low, and let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it was not a good experience.
Yeah, there is nothing fun about Barks, ladies and gentlemen. Their logo, it's like what? Plants in a barrel?
Yeah, it's a barrel.
What's the point?
Yeah.
What is the point? Like, mug has got a sick ass bulldog.
Yeah, exactly.
Am I right?
Exactly.
Like, you see that thing snarling, you're like, oh, that is awesome.
I would rather drink that than a barrel. Like,
that's it's just boring. It really is. It's muted colors. It's boring. It's not American. You know.
You know, root beer, like A&W, their brand is just A and W. Like, there's no.
Yeah, it's boring. Again, it's just why would you drink A&W?
Yeah, like you go to your gas station and you see the 3 drinks lined up, and it's just an obvious choice of what you want to get.
I mean, of course. And here's the thing. What I heard, I actually looked it up, and apparently, I forgot whether it was Barks or A&W, but one of them is cheating. They're cheating in the business. They put caffeine inside of their root beer to try and get you addicted, not mug.
That's absolutely preposterous.
Exactly. They try to get you hooked. Caffeine, very addictive, more addictive even than just mug. Like it's a very harmful drug that it keeps people awake at night. It's horrible. It
Mug
really
would
is.
never use any sort of those drugs and chemicals.
Mug gets you addicted just because it's a good drink.
Yeah.
It just
purely
simply
based on the taste of the beverage.
Exactly. I think that's like a really important thing that distinguishes Mug from the competitors.
I completely agree.
And like it's just so good. It's such a good drink. And I know we were talking earlier about the mug gun. You wanna explain what that is?
Okay. So let's give some context here. So I was explaining how many different ways there were to consume the mug beverage.
Yeah.
You could inject the mug beverage, although that has not been studied, so I would not recommend it.
Yeah, I mean that could be a little bit harmful to get just like a syringe filled with mug injected into your veins.
You could smoke mug.
You could smoke the mug.
That also has not been studied. Do it at your own risk.
Mm-hmm.
You could, just taste mug through the mouth, but you could also use a gun.
You could use a gun.
Now you may be thinking, like, is this just a water gun filled with mug? No. Absolutely not. It is a gun and it shoots bullets. But
oh man.
It is a mug gun. It has a mug sticker on it, and that is to shoot your foes, the Barks barbarians. You do not want them intruding on your mug.
Barks barbarians, little bark bitches. Sorry for swearing there. I know we're trying to keep this family friendly, but
any young viewers at home.
Sorry.
I apologize.
Sorry, and really, I've got to be honest. I have had A&W before, and I'm
Who
very.
hasn't?
That's true. But after I've had it, I've realized it was a mistake. It really was.
I understand.
I don't know if I've had Barks before. I may have. I probably have. And I just...
Barks is repulsive.
It is. It's repulsive. What's Barks taste like exactly?
So imagine you have water.
Yeah.
And then you go to your fridge, and you go and you look in the back of the fridge to where all your expired foods are, where they're left
it's
out.
A yucky area.
And you pull out expired barbecue sauce.
Ugh.
And you put it in the water. You mix it all around and you take a swig of that. That is Barks.
Yuck. That sounds absolutely disgusting. I don't want that anywhere near myself or my children. Which I don't have.
Mug, on the other hand, is heavenly. It is mythical.
It is mythical. It is. It's the stuff of legends, really, I think Mug... I've actually decided to make a change in my life. Where I don't drink anything. And here's the kicker. I don't drink anything besides Mug.
Oh,
nothing.
Mug. Okay, yeah.
Nothing. I don't drink water.
I understand.
I don't drink milk. I used to be a real big fan of milk. But then I found myself.
Are we talking cow's milk?
Yeah. Cow's milk.
Classic option.
Lots of milks.
There's chocolate milk, strawberry milk, but
You think they have Mug milk? Yeah. You think they do? What if they milked a bulldog?
I don't think that is possible.
What if they did, though?
Well,
because dogs, they got like 8 nipples, man. 8 times the milk.
All right, I think we're getting off track here.
No, I'm being serious. What if Mug milk? I'm sorry. The Mug Mania might be getting a hold of me. I'm sorry.
Okay, where were we?
I'm talking about how like I only drink Mug now.
Okay.
I only drink Mug. I'm sorry. I don't really think Mug milk is gonna be that good of an idea. But I'm just saying,
it's an interesting idea.
PepsiCo, if you're hearing me, might be something to explore.
Like a dairy beverage, almost like a cream soda.
Like a creamy soda.
Like almost like a milkshake.
It sounds a little bit off-putting, now that we're talking about it. But
root beer float.
Root beer float. Exactly.
No, that's not bad.
But I also think, perhaps, that mug could be a good alternative to showering.
Wow. Can you explain?
I can't explain. I think, a lot of people, they like to take baths.
Okay.
They like to shower. They like to feel clean.
Yeah.
You know how I feel clean?
How do you feel clean?
By sitting in a barrel of mug.
Barrel?
That's
whole... an awfully bold statement considering the logo of Barks.
I'm sorry, but... I mean, I could like it's just like a general representation of root beer, you know, like they've got the root beer candies.
Could it be any large container?
Yeah, any large container, fill it up with root beer. Okay. There you go.
Yeah,
you'll feel so clean. You'll just feel like all of the toxicity in your life is washed away. It's like that one Rick and Morty episode,
Could it almost feel like you have ascended?
Yeah, it would feel like you've ascended to a higher plane.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. How do you feel about bathing?
Bathing? Just bathing in general? In water?
Bathing in general, yeah. Positive, negative? What are we thinking?
So, typically I would shower every night,
Yeah.
As anybody would.
Anybody except for true mug fans.
And, typically it does make me feel clean, but that's like the end of, like, the statement. Like, it doesn't make me feel anything more. And I think we should put a change to that. I think by showering or bathing in a mug, I think that it can have huge benefits to the human body.
Yeah.
And, to ascend to a higher realm can be the next step.
And of course, of course, I'm not saying we should eliminate showers completely. I think showers are great. I just think there's a time and place for them. Maybe, let's say you shower in the morning, that helps you feel the most refreshed. But at night, it's mug time. Mug time at night. That's when you bust out. I mean, like, it'll just help increase mug sales as well. I mean, of course, they're not struggling. Not to say they're struggling, because...
because they're not.
They're not struggling, of course.
Yeah, I mean, they're the best root beer company.
They're the greatest root beer company, hands down. I mean, I agree with that. But... I just think if we could double the sales, only good. You know what that benefits? It benefits the people.
It does benefit the people because not only are they purchasing and consuming mug, but they're also using it for everyday purposes. Think of it as, instead of paying for water in a water bill, why don't you just pay for mug instead?
I agree. That would simplify things so much more.
Yeah.
It would just be automatic.
Like you're already paying for mug in your daily groceries. Like, why don't you just pay for it like on a bill instead of water? Like.
Yep. They completely valid.
Yeah.
Completely valid point. I think.
You just mix the two components.
Yeah. I think mug is just like a staple of the American dream.
Yeah.
I think there's nothing more safe than owning a good old-fashioned mug gun.
Yeah, exactly. To protect yourself against the mug, protect yourself against the mug haters in your life.
Nothing greater than the good old American mug gun dream.
Many people actually move to America to protect themselves from the vicious bark barbarians.
Yeah, the bark barbarians of, I don't even know where they're from. Probably like Idaho or something.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Repulsive.
Yeah. Who lives in Idaho?
No one.
God, man, only barks. Barks barbarians.
Yeah, only barks barbarians.
Man. So sorry if you're from Idaho, but no offense. No offense. No offense.
Great offense if you do enjoy barks.
We don't. Yeah, please stop listening to this podcast.
And do not listen to any more in the future.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about the new TikTok trend about mug? I think it's really helping to increase the mug sales.
Like the mug song?
Yeah, the mug song.
I do greatly enjoy the mug.
I think just for context here, we might be able to sing part of the mug song.
Okay, I will give you a sample.
Okay. I'll sing it with you.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
I'm a mug-blooded American, yeah, here. These freedom-loving veins got nothing but root beer. In '09, I was diagnosed with epilepsy. The doctor said the only cure was made by Pepsi.
I do greatly enjoy this song, and I think it can bring some meaning to the mug lore.
You think we could maybe take a second to analyze that song?
Yeah.
Really? So, when in the song they talk about mug, what do you think that represents?
I think it represents freedom of America. It says I'm a mug-blooded American. And then in the next phrase, it says these freedom-loving veins, signifying that mug is a symbol of freedom. But it also could be a symbol of like curing all medicine, because in the third and fourth, or it says that mug is the cure to epilepsy made by Pepsi.
Yeah, I think we can take that very very literally.
Yeah.
In the way that mug literally does cure epilepsy. And if you don't believe me,
it'll also cure any other disease because of how enhanced this product
and
is.
if you don't believe me, get a shot, fill it up with mug, inject it into your veins. See what happens. You'll be cured from your disease,
you
believe
will.
it or not. And see, here's the thing though, is I think the part about mug being in our veins, it kind of shows just how natural the response to mug is, how positive and natural that response. It's just in our blood, really, to enjoy mug.
Yeah, it shows how the human body was meant to enjoy mug, and how it can almost be replaced with many natural ingredients that we use in our daily lives.
Yeah, the human body actually evolved to enjoy mug because, believe it or not, you know how evolution works? You survive to pass on your genes.
Exactly.
And only the best genes will allow to the organism to survive and pass those on to their offspring.
Exactly.
And here's the thing, the reason why we evolved to enjoy mug is because it helps you have sex.
Exactly.
It does.
That's
it
a
really
great
does.
transition into our next segment.
That is. It is a really good transition into how mug will increase your sexual libido. It will help you keep going when you're feeling down.
It'll help you produce offspring.
It will. And believe me, speaking from experience, if you're a girl or a guy and you got a significant other that drinks mug, wife them, husband them.
You've hit the lottery.
You've hit the lottery. You've absolutely hit the jackpot. You've hit the jackpot in a significant other. They, like, really? I'm gonna be honest. If you're out, you see a group of people drinking mug, just ask them out on a date. It doesn't matter if they're a boy. It doesn't matter if they're a girl.
Mug is mug.
Mug is mug. Mug crosses gender lines.
Yeah, mug does not see sexism, racism, or any kind of these prejudice acts.
Yeah, mug supports LGBTQ rights.
Mug is for everybody.
Mug is for everybody. Mug transcends politics.
You know, we could actually replace politics with mug.
That's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
Our politics recently, I don't really want to get into this sort of stuff. Our politics recently have been lacking.
They have been lacking. Our politics recently have been lacking. And I think that, honestly, make mug, the mug bulldog, next president.
Exactly.
Next president.
Exactly.
Put mug bulldogs on the Supreme Court.
Oh, exactly. Because they are for everybody. They speak for everybody. They make the decisions for everybody. They know what is right.
They represent the people.
They represent the people.
They represent the people. And I think if the people could have an honest vote, they would vote for mug.
Not only does mug represent the people, it represents freedom.
It represents freedom. It represents everything American. You know, mug represents. See, here's the great thing about America is that it doesn't matter what race you are, what ethnicity. Everyone, they come to America, they can be American.
Exactly.
They can be American, and they can drink mug.
They can drink mug.
They can drink mug, and what's better than that?
Nothing. I enjoy mug so much, and personally, as a extreme hater of barks, I wouldn't wish barks upon my worst enemy. I hate barks so much,
I agree.
and I think that barks is harmful to the body.
Yeah, there have actually been multiple studies that have proven that they've done it tests on bulldogs, and it's shown that bulldogs actually do prefer mug.
Yeah.
That I'd say I think I don't remember exactly, but I think it was like 78% of bulldogs they went towards the mug rather than A&W and
That
barks.
just shows proof, statistics that mug is preferred.
Mug, yeah, exactly. Mug is preferred among all animals, all humans, to be exact. And I think, honestly, mug is preferred by God.
That's a bold statement, but I think it is true.
It is a bold statement. It really is. But I'm willing to die on that hill. To die on that hill. I think God drinks mug.
I think
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what God you believe in. All of them drink mug.
Mug is a direct offspring, I guess you could call it, from
The direct descendant of religion.
Uh-huh.
And here's the thing. Is that mug is for everyone. No matter your religion, no matter your race, no matter your sexuality. Drink mug. Chew on that. Actually, drink on that.
Drink on that.
Drink on that. Let's take a second just to digest the mug that we've talked about today. Let's just think about how ice oppresses mug.
I think that honestly the world would be better without ice.
Yeah. The world would be better without ice. The world would be better without barks. The world would be better without A&W. A&W restaurants, horrible. Mug, great.
Mug is supreme. I think they should replace all sources of water with mug. The ocean?
Mug.
Mug.
Yeah. Yeah, mug. That's a completely valid idea.
Thank you.
I agree with that. Yeah. It's not preposterous.
Having such a healthy alternative to any sort of drug or any kind of like an alcohol substance, having a direct healthy alternative such as mug is so much greater. It's such a great accomplishment for humanity, and I think that we are taking a step in the right direction with mug.
I agree. I think mug can help get rid of your other addictions. Like you're a crackhead, you're on the street, you have nowhere to go. Turn to mug.
Turn to mug. Mug fixes your problems.
Mug will turn your life around. 9 out of 10 dentists drink mug.
And the last
That's a fact.
1%.
The rest of the dentists don't go to those dentists.
Yeah, they are not licensed professionals.
They're not. They do not actually have a license to practice dentistry.
They have showed up in casual clothes to the interview. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, they do not understand what mug truly means.
They're a bit more not to say ugly, but they're not good looking.
Yeah, they
and I'm not just speaking about the dentists. I'm speaking about all people who like barks.
Yeah, exactly. Like we use barbarians not as a joke, but barbarians as in they are like ruthless, they are ugly, they are just barbaric in general. They have no control.
Yeah, they have no control over themselves. They don't do any sports. You know,
they do not practice sports.
They don't do pole vault. You know who drinks mug? Pole vaulters.
As a pole vaulter myself,
and
I
as
do ingest a lot.
As a pole vaulter myself, I also would agree that mug is the thing that inspires me.
Mug does inspire me to just get over that bar, and it inspires me to do a lot of other things as well.
Mug, I don't know, like Mug is the little bulldog. I've dreamt of him. He's inspired me in my dreams. He's literally told me, take these AP classes.
Yeah.
Take these classes. It will help you succeed. They will give you credit in college. You know what? I would have never thought of that myself. I would have never even considered it. But the Mug dog, he's completely just changed my life.
Exactly.
In middle school, I used to be getting not the best grades, really. And Mug's really turned that around for me. And I think Mug, see, in my future, right now, hoping to go medical. You know? And I think Mug is really helping me do that. And I think Mug inspires me to do that. And I think that if I do end up a doctor, I'll prescribe Mug to all of my patients.
Now, I have not been the greatest in academics as a student, but I have been looking towards sports, such as, let's see, football, pole vault, soccer, any kind of sports, maybe even basketball, extending my range. But really what inspires me is I wake up and I'm getting breakfast and I open the fridge for milk to fill my cereal, but when I grab the milk, I look in the fridge and I see just Mug, and I see just, not only is it just Mug, I see the bulldog, which it represents like freedom for me and how I can play sports and how I am just good at them. And it inspires me to become better at them, to like pressure or to get out of my comfort zone and to practice more and more every day.
Yeah, this guy right here, #1 pole vaulter in his grade for the district of schools that we belong to. Number one. Drink on that. Drink on that, fellow Mug enjoyers. Mug is what leads you to that spot. And here's the thing as well, is that, like, can I ask, what major are you planning on being in college?
So I've been really thought about that, and I've been kind of wondering that myself, honestly, and I think I have decided to go kind of within the science ranges, specifically chemistry.
Chemistry?
Yeah.
What do you plan to do with that chemistry degree?
So, I'm glad you asked. I plan to create new forms of mug.
Crystal mug?
Any kind of mug, crystal mug that can be injected, or even like a mug kind of syrup. Any kind of mug that you could ever want.
You ever heard of a mug enema?
And
for the listeners, of course, that aren't familiar with an enema, it's where you put mug up your butt.
You know, that is an interesting way to consume mug.
It is. I think it's a really creative way.
It is definitely creative.
I think it's a way to channel your anger at the world for having all these A&W restaurants, for selling barks.
Yeah.
I think it's a way that it's a healthy way to cook.
All forms of ingesting mug are healthy.
Exactly.
And there's no way to disagree.
There is no way to disagree. You know, in Japan, what they do is they lick each other's eyeballs.
Interesting. Would you mind elaborating on such a topic?
They do. They do it. It is, so here's the thing. The eyeball, many nerve endings. It excites young people to lick each other's eyeballs. And I think the same could be done with mug.
What are we gonna do? Lick each other's cans of mug?
I think we could pour mug into our eyeballs. And hey. It's not a crazy statement. It's not a crazy statement to say that.
Get to see mug.
You will see mug. You might only see mug for the rest of your life if you do this.
Is that a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. You will wake up. You will wonder, why can I not see? But all of that pain will go away. And do you want to know why? Do you want to know why?
Why?
All you will see is the mug bulldog.
A representation of humanity.
A representation of freedom, of the people, of truth and honesty. And I think that is what really sets Mug apart from the rest of the brand.
Yeah. Any other brand? See, I recently read an article saying that an unknown brand, it was called Dad's Root Beer, something along those lines. I've never heard of that, but
something along the lines of Dad's Root. Interesting.
It said the article that they personally ranked 9 flavors of root beer, and I was curious on why Mug wasn't number 1.
That is a good. So Dad's Root Beer was number 1.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I don't really understand that.
Heathen.
Another thing that was interesting to me is on the runner-up, so it would be 11th place, or 10th or 11th place, was A&W.
Oh.
Meaning that there was not like a tier list, but it meant that Barks was somewhere within the 10 to 2 range.
That's absolutely horrible. It's preposterous.
I completely agree.
Flabbergasting.
I don't understand how anybody could even look at Barks without just vomiting.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and here's the thing: if we were to make a tier list of all of the root beers in America, Mug would be its own tier.
Yeah.
Above S tier.
I mean,
obviously.
it just cannot be like restrained to a certain tier.
It honestly, I don't think you can compare Mug to the other root beers. It's just on a different level.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, like we're calling it root beer, but is it even like root beer? Like
is it?
It is more than root beer.
Liquid freedom.
It is literally liquid freedom.
Liquid freedom. Liquid love. Mug.
It enhances your reproductive organs.
It does. I forgot we did talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah,
Mug.
we did.
Mug helps you make babies.
It does.
And those babies, you know who drank Mug?
Who drank Mug?
Albert Einstein's parents.
And exactly, Albert Einstein's parents drank Mug.
You know who else drank Mug?
Drink Mug.
Peyton Manning's parents.
Oh, of course.
Mug not only makes you smart, it makes you athletic.
Exactly. It gives you all the correct traits without giving you any bad
traits. It does. It's, they can edit babies' genes now with this technology. It's called CRISPR.
CRISPR,
right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And they can change your genes or the genes of children to make them different, make them more smart, make them smarter. It makes them more intelligent. You can make a child more athletic, stronger. It's basically like that one Disney show, Lab Rats, but in real life. And here's the thing: it's the technology, worthless, absolutely worthless.
There's no need.
Number 1, it's not ethical.
Yeah,
It's completely unethical to edit children like that. That's why they don't
did the
actually do
ask
it.
For it.
Yeah, they didn't ask for it. I mean, it's almost like eugenics, but to be honest, the reason why it's the most worthless is because Mug does that anyway.
Mug modifies your genes to
but it does it in a natural way.
It does it completely natural and healthy way.
Yeah. And unlike this technology, it doesn't remove It doesn't remove traits.
It doesn't remove traits, but it enhances.
It helps people reach their fullest potential.
Exactly.
And studies have shown that women who are pregnant and drink mug have superhuman children.
Exactly. Like, let's take some examples. Tom Brady, who has won the most Super Bowls, even over any teams. His parents drank mug daily.
Daily. His mom had it while he was being born.
The doctors prescribed the mug.
And you want to know? Who else? Who else's parents drank mug?
Who?
LeBron James.
LeBron James, exactly.
King James. His parents obsessed with mug. They had it daily.
Not only are his parents obsessed with mug, but he is as well. Pre-game, always, instead of practicing his basketball, he goes out to the fridge and grabs an ice cold mug.
And a mug, see, it's not only drinking by athletes, but also e-athletes.
E-athletes.
They're
Exactly.
in the time we're living in right now, they're actually transitioning from G Fuel to mug.
Studies have shown that drinking mug can enhance reaction time, aiming ability.
They will.
And gaming stamina.
Yeah. And stamina in the bedroom. And I think that's important to say.
Stamina in the bedroom is definitely important because while consuming mug, it is important to have a healthy relationship with your partner because that will lead to a naturally athletic, smart, and powerful child because of this mug enhancement.
And speaking of powerful children, you know the president of Ukraine, he drinks mug.
He always drinks mug.
He always drinks mug before making any legislation. He drinks mug. He is a sign of resilience.
Exactly.
In such a country, in the position he's in, I think it's a really powerful statement to drink mug.
It is.
And you know, here's the thing. I'm not saying it's not a coincidence, but I think it might be more than chance that Putin drinks Barks.
Exactly.
And such a war criminal, an evil man, to drink a drink like Barks. It's really saddening because you could think, would he have done these actions if he didn't drink Barks?
Yeah, I mean, it is truly a mistake to drink Barks. Like, look at some examples of Barks. Like, Osama bin Laden, he drank Barks.
Osama did drink Barks. You know,
we have Putin, Osama.
We have the one, King Leopold III, I think, the one who had the colony in the Congo, the Belgian colony in the Congo. All those deaths, he drank Barks.
Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
Drank Barks.
Yeah. I mean, and we're not taking this lightly, folks. These are horrible tragedies, and we know they might not be explained by Barks, but it's really interesting just to.
Yeah, it cannot be a coincidence.
It can't be a coincidence. That's the thing, and this is not just a conspiracy. You have to look at the facts.
This is proven by science.
You have to look at the evidence, and the evidence, it supports that Barks is an evil drink.
Barks. So we've talked about how mug positively enhances your genes. Barks actually does the opposite. Barks negatively affects your genes. It makes you less intelligent, lowers your IQ. It makes you less powerful, less stamina, less athletic ability. It gives you a lot of negative traits.
You know the Florida men. They drink Barks.
They always drink Barks.
They don't sell mug in Florida. That's the reason why we get so many Florida man articles.
Yeah.
It's not a coincidence.
Like, you may think that they're funny, but they're tragic.
They are tragic.
They're drinking Barks.
They're drinking Barks, and you know it's not because Florida has a more public criminal database. That's not the reason.
That can't.
That's not the reason why there's Florida man articles. The reason. They don't sell mug.
They don't sell mug, and that is just it's despicable.
It's despicable. It's really a crime against humanity to not sell mug, to not make it available. It's a crime against capitalism. It's a crime against all economic systems. Even in communism, they were able to drink mug, and that really puts into perspective the state of the world today, where in so many countries mug is not available.
Yeah, it's truly just not good. Anybody who does not have access to mug, I do apologize. My condolences go out to you and your family for not having access to this great medical enhancement technology.
And see, here's the thing. There's so many stereotypes in England about having bad teeth.
Yeah, I personally, as an English descendant, I have received a lot of those.
And here's the thing. Want to know why that stereotype has been labeled on British people?
Oh, I don't know why.
They don't have mug in England. They just don't.
Wow.
And I recently learned this today, that my mother, British, she told me there is no mug in England. Absolute tragedy.
Wow. That really says a lot about humanity.
It really does. It really does. And in these countries that we think are civilized, if you don't have mug, where is the humanity?
Yeah, there is no humanity. These countries run on barks. They are barbaric. They are uncivilized, and they are. It's like taking into consideration North Korea versus South Korea.
Exactly, North Korea versus South Korea. And here's the thing that's even really tragic is that, as I said before, even communist countries like the Soviet Union, they sold mug.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't sell it because they were communists. They just gave it out, but they had mug.
They did
have
mug.
And that's what's so tragic about North Korea is that although it was communist, no mug.
Yeah.
South Korea, mug.
Uh-huh.
And so all places could have mug. The president of North Korea, the supreme leader, of North Korea, they were a barks enjoyer.
And
A barks barbarian.
It really says a lot how you can see these great technological advances in South Korea, but you take a look to their northern counterpart and you see that their technology and their standards are a lot worse.
You see an angry fat man with a missile. And I think that instead of a boring barrel, that should be the logo of Barks.
A fat man with a missile.
Drink on that.
Drink on that.
Drink on that. It's really a shame. It really is. And I think we just need a moment, a mug moment, if you will, a mug moment, just to think about all this information, all of these facts, and all of this evidence for why mug is the best drink. The best thing that you can consume, even. Put in your body. The best thing to exist. Just think about it.
I've been thinking about it. But, unfortunately, due to time constraints, this podcast will have to end soon.
This podcast, and I'm afraid we're going to have to stop preaching about mug, but perhaps in the future.
If you enjoyed, make sure you watch other podcasts that will come out in the future.
Other podcasts. They may not be about mug, but they will be about darn good subjects.
They will definitely be about good subjects that are worth paying attention to.
And I think that's all for today. That's all. Thank you. Thank you for listening to our mug podcast. Thank you for listening
to our first and very important podcast.
Drink mug.
Drink mug.
Drink mug.